Hi. This is the first time that I have ever gone live, and you are just kind of along for the ride. Um, so I have had people ask me how to draw an eye. And while I am not the end-all solution to drawing an eye, I think that I do it pretty darn good. So the first thing that I'm going to do is pick a 6B pencil. I am using an iPad Pro using the app Procreate, which I really love. They have all kinds of different brushes. You can make your own brushes. You can even export time lapses of your artwork, which I think is pretty neat. I personally love watching that stuff because I'm a goober. But anyways, so as you can see, the background that I've chosen is a different hue. I kind of like to go for neutral backgrounds for the most part whenever I'm drawing something. It helps kind of like set the tone of the paper or the piece. So an eye is, a lot of times people will draw an eye like this. And while that is pretty accurate, that's not the right way to draw an eye. If you look at, let me erase that guy. If you look at a picture of somebody, or you look at your own eye, there is that pupil area right there, but there's also an area right here and an area right here. And depending on your angle, the eye is going to change shapes. Technically, in the socket, the eye is kind of oval, right? Kind of like this. And depending on which direction it goes, it's going to be a little bit different, right? It's kind of like a football-ish. Well, I mean, technically, if you have a football-shaped eye, you actually have an eye condition. But with that said, for the purpose of explaining it, we're going to kind of try to visualize it. So here is, let's erase that goodness. Here is my pupil, okay? I'm not going to do anything special with it, but I am going to do the upper lash line. Each eye is different. There's almond eyes. And something to also remember is that the pupil isn't always like 100% unless you're surprised. The pupil isn't like this with the eye like that. And here's that little thing. It's never going to be like that, unless, again, you're super surprised. So I'm going to go ahead and start drawing the upper lash line, the upper lid. For my purposes, I kind of like to get an idea on where the brow is going to be. So I'm going to go ahead and make a beautifully arched eyebrow using the side of my Procreate Apple Pen. This is helpful, and this is one of the reasons why I really love Procreate, and I love an iPad Pro to doodle on, is that their iPad pen, or their Apple Pencil, is probably got the best accuracy, pressure sensitivity in the tip, or the nib, as they call it. And it's super nice. This is like the first tablet that I think has worked incredibly well. I've tried getting a painter's tablet to connect to my computer, and I've had Corel Painter 10 and 11. I think it's 11. Anyways, I had those programs. It was okay. Autodesk was all right. It was fun, but personally speaking, I think like Procreate and the iPad Pro have been my top winners. So anyways, inside the tear ducts. So this is kind of a little tear duct right there. I'm going to erase that. We're going to catch that. Something also to note is that here we have that little bulb, right? We're going to get the lower lash line. Now something that's really interesting is that when you're drawing eyes, it isn't like this, because, you know, that'd be a wide eye. But something to notice, really, is that your lower lash line has shadows underneath it, because when the light points down, it's going to be shadowy under here. Light's going to be picked up right around here. Then there's going to be darkness, light right through here, right? And then this tear, the tear line, it's going to be right there. And then it's going to be dark, and then right where the skin meets, it's going to have a little bit of light. It'll have light around this area, because this is a rounded edge. You might get a little flick in the tear area, a little bit of light right through here, and so on and so forth. You have to remember that the face, the cheeks, everything, it has planes to it, and it has movement and curves and shape to it. This is curved. This is curved. Even from here and outward, it's very curved. Very curved. Anyways,